Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's the NFC Championship game. Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Russell Wilson and the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Wilson, option right. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Wilson keeping it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Tucker's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 77 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now room for Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one down to the 24.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. He completes this to Russell Gage. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Locke. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw is Wilson. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Falcons on just 2 plays have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep deep.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wilson. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Wilson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again here, Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Tucker's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Jacksonville Jaguars who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, 76 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
All I remember from my experience as a defender, when the big fella gets the football, you've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam, because once he does that, he's going to leave a lot of tacklers in his wake.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. 81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Throwing is Wilson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves them with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And they'll get this down to the 10.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Here's Carson. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now to the air, Locke. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. This complete to Lockett. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Lock going to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here now in the fourth quarter of this championship game. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A field goal would tie the game. A touchdown, of course, gives them the lead. Boy, the drama intensifying on every single play with a Super Bowl berth on the line. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Flushed out right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They fake the handoff, now Lock. Rolling to his left. Left side complete to Lockett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Lock to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 32 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by a field goal. A minute 50 to play. A field goal sends this championship game to overtime as they've got a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Wilson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through right.
Now a hit and a loose football, and the Falcons grab it. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.